Hello and welcome to Scrolling with Ceazor. Today is April 27th, 2026. Okay, everything's in the red today. So I got a lot of news for you today, but nothing specific. Nobody's really talking all about one thing today. But there is a lot of news, so I will share that with you as I go through. But as always, this is not financial advice. So taking a look at this charts today, everything's down. Okay, so ETH is down about 4%. BTC is down about 2.5%. Gold is kind of chilling around at the same price as yesterday. Let's open that up. So yeah, everything's looking pretty red and scary today. Why? Who knows why, right? There could be many reasons why. But since everything is down, you can kind of consider it an entire market type thing as opposed to some sort of specific token event. Okay, let's move on. It doesn't look anything super concerning, so we don't need to really dwell on that. Let's get into the news. Okay, first of all, we have DeFi Scan. Now, DeFi Scan's a fantastic permissionless, well, not permissionless. It's a fantastic open source kind of public good product where they kind of scan and they look at different kinds of DeFi protocols and give them some ratings and stuff like that. I'd highly suggest you follow this, or at least go to their site and check out what the products that they rate. So they just go through a product and they check everything and they give it a rating and kind of help you to assess risk for you. Now, of course, it's not a end all. It's not the best place, the only place you should be considering, but it's a fantastic place to get some information on products. So today they tweeted out that they covered Athena. Now, Athena, of course, didn't pay them to do this. As you can see, it's pretty negative. So they say there are 15 ways Athena can have a fund loss. So 15 ways that they can lose their money. Now, you can go through this and you can kind of go through all 15 ways and kind of read through them, but there's quite a bit, right? So just to give you an example, collateral held in end of address accounts. So users' collateral BTC, ETH, SOL sits in plain EOA wallets. So somewhere along the Athena chain, they're taking collaterals and they're just using a single wallet, not a multi-sig, a single signing wallet to hold those collaterals and create, probably leveraged positions and stuff. That's just a single aspect of it. So 15 ways. So you can check through this and kind of think about whether or not this is something you hope to be exposed to. I'm not saying Athena is a terrible product. I'm just sharing to you what DeFi Scan is sharing with us. Check it out. Moving on, here we have Sam at Rise. He's talking about this XLP Vault APR is looking very good. Now, again, it's still testing. Things are still testing, but their market maker is doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited about when this product and this chain is going to launch, and we're going to be able to use a chain that is fantastically fast. If you don't know, this chain has like an integrated central limit order book built into it. Okay, it's like a native central limit order book chain. Okay, super fast too, super fast. Okay, so check. Moving on. Here we have Flying Tulip. As always, I'm going to be covering this every once in a while. All of the metrics of Flying Tulip are looking good. Everything, it's like only up right now. So of course it's not exponential or going ballistic to Valhalla, but everything is looking pretty good and healthy. And you can check out this tweet and all of the metrics that they are sharing, and hopefully it will continue to go up. Now, of course, I am biased on this. I did do the pre-sale, so I'm sharing it with you for that reason. Okay, moving on. Okay, so here is Frax Finex retweeting out about Clarity. So the Clarity Act has kind of fallen off of everybody's topic of conversation. I think a lot of people in crypto have given up on the Clarity Act and with the idea that it's not going to happen. We're not going to get any clarity. But here we have Sam going on stage, Sam Kazemian from Frax Finance, going on stage with a whole bunch of suits to talk about the Clarity Act and BTC and stuff like this. So they're not giving up. Frax is not giving up. They have a stable coin that is Clarity Act compliant. They have a vision for this stablecoin and all of the chains that they're building around it. And I'm happy to see he's still pushing forward with this. Okay, and as a speaker. Moving on. So Lido has decided, well, no, I wouldn't say decided. Let me read what it says. Last Thursday, Lido contributors shared a proposal to contribute 2,500 ETH to Aave's coordinated RS ETH relief effort. Over the past 3 days, DeFi United has raised more than 100,000 ETH to improve the backing of RS ETH and normalize market conditions. So this is, I wouldn't say it's old news in the sense that, the RS ETH, the Kelp DAO exploit is not old news, but it sort of is in DeFi terms. But it's still going on. So there's still more and more teams coming forward to try to help with this. I did see a tweet last week from DCF God that said the hole was filled, but I guess maybe it hasn't been filled because there are still these kind of proposals. And maybe it's because the ETH that people have committed, they've only committed through words and they haven't actually sent the ETH to the place that needs to be sent to the multi-sig. I'm not going to share that with you because, I don't think there's any reason why individuals should be donating to this unless they are high net worth individuals. Like if you're a pleb, you shouldn't be donating to this. I highly doubt if anyone starts giving airdrops to the people who donated to that, I'll be kind of sad about it. Okay, so here we have Otman. Otman is defending Stanny. Okay, so Stanny has personally, as a personal individual, he has donated 5,000 ETH. That's $12 million roughly, right, to help deal with this problem. And he's retweeting this guy, Bold Leonidas. Sometimes Bold Leonidas says things that I disagree with, but sometimes he's interesting. But anyways, he's definitely influential now. And he's retweeting him and saying, why are people saying this? Okay, so basically, Bold Leonidas is like, the guy, Stan, donated 5K ETH. And it's like, of course he can. He bought a $30 million mansion in London. So, why can't he donate, $12 million? So it's like, I disagree with this kind of mentality. It's like hating on success. Like, oh, the guy's successful. He should donate his personal money to this relief fund. Now, I don't think he does. Otman does say here that Aave team is still working hard to solve issues created by other protocols. I wouldn't say Aave is completely out of blame. They did not do a proper risk assessment on RS ETH and allowed it to be used as collateral way too much, right? So that's their fault, unquestionably in my mind. But, they didn't get hacked. They didn't, their smart contracts weren't exploited. It is their problem, but it's not completely not their problem. But definitely it's not Stanny's personal problem. Stanny didn't make a personal mistake and is, the cause of this problem. So, by him donating $12 million, that's fantastic. And I appreciate it myself because I'm affected in this and I would love to get my ETH back. So I think, we should commend, or we should thank people like Stanny for joining in this effort personally to help make the situation good again and not condemn him for being successful in crypto. Okay, moving on. So Aave has also tweeted out that there are some other people who have supported they supported this cause. So we have Ethereum stewards of Consensus and Ethereum Joseph. He's part of Consensus, chairman of Consensus, right? And SharpLink, they've joined the DeFi United with 30,000 ETH in financial support to RS recovery. So I don't know if that's that doesn't clearly say they're going to donate this money. Maybe they're going to deposit it or they want to lend it, or I'm not sure. But anyhow, more and more individuals and projects are coming forward to kind of help fix this this terrible thing that has happened. Okay. Okay, so moving on. Here we have Liquidity, my favorite stable coin in the space. It is just tweeting out, you can get some sweet yields. So on Uniswap, on Curve Finance, Bold versus LSD, Bold versus USDC, Bold versus USDC. It's just there's no leverage, no looping, no crazy collaterals or, no crazy like EOA stuff going on. Just simple like stable coins in a Curve liquidity pool or a Uniswap liquidity pool, and always easy to withdraw. And it's pretty fantastic. So if I go to Curve and I go to the Bold pool and we open up, we see that like the Bold and the USDC is quite comfortable right now. And a little while ago, it was quite high because it was a little bit above peg over here. As it was bouncing around up here, there was more USDC than Bold inside this liquidity pool. And I find that to be pretty cool because like a lot of stablecoins suffer from this problem of having way more of their stablecoin than USDC in this pool, but that's not the case for Bold. So I really like this. I think it's a pretty cool opportunity. I would definitely say check it. But as always, try to understand what is this protocol. I've got videos. You want to watch them, you can watch them. Okay, moving on. I did a tweet today about ETH strategy. Okay, and I don't quite understand why this is the case. It seems to me that there is a serious an effort, like an actual conscious or explicit effort to blacklist this protocol and to keep it down. Now, for example, number one, if I go to this website, if I go to the ETH strategy website, I get it's blocked by my ISP. I have to use a VPN in order to access this, which I do, but I don't like that. And it's not the only website that has this problem. Like EtherFi, there's aspects of EtherFi that is blocked to me because I'm in Canada. The Rise chain is blocked to me because I'm in Canada. So my ISP is selectively deciding which websites I can check and which ones I can't. And I have to use a VPN to get it. Additionally, Uniswap has blacklisted it. And if you actually try to find it, you put in the contract address and you try to select it, the website literally tells you, the front end literally says, you can't trade this token. No, sorry, no. And it doesn't explain why. I guess you could go in and learn more and find out. And it's just it's obviously a legal thing. Obviously, they're trying to be compliant in some way. And now maybe this token, because it's not just a simple meme coin, there's some contemplation whether or not it's a security or something like that. So you can kind of check this out, dig a little bit deeper, but I kind of hate that this happens in DeFi so much. It should be open and permissionless and anyone can do anything they want. You just have to be careful. We don't need mass amounts of suit protection, I think, in the space. And we saw this happen recently with what is it? Truio, the Truio app. They got shadow blocked and stuff from because some other true markets started said, oh, there was an IP infringement or something like that. So things started getting all blocked and stuff like that for them as well. So anyways, I thought I would share that. I got one more tweet for you today, and that is Michael Erganov, so of Curve Finance. He's put up a proposal on the Curve DAO to help with some bad debt that is sitting on Llamaland. Now, of course, you can go to the Curve proposal here and read it in full. It's not super long, right? But especially if you are affected by it. But essentially, the way I'm looking at it is it's a way for people who have bad debt to sell their lent positions. So if you had lent CRV-USD on Llamaland, and now that collateral dumped too quick to be liquidated, then you're sitting there, you're frozen inside. You can't get your stable coins out of the Llamaland. So the way I'm reading this is it's a proposal to go on chain to let anyone who wants to sell their collateral tokens out to other people, and those other people can buy them. And the way there's obviously a haircut in there and so forth, and there's a consideration of how it will be recovered. If you are in this position, I would suggest you to go and read it in full. I'm not going to participate in the conversation as well. And this is a great aspect of how how Curve ecosystem is a true DAO. He didn't just like drop a system to do this. He's putting it through the DAO for conversation, for debate, for voting, and so forth. And it's not just, oh, we've got some bad debt, can DeFi come together to rescue us? That's not the case here. It's an actual system of possibility, and it's all because of that 9/10, I think it was October 10, right? A dump that was just crazy, and some bad debt went in there. And then as you can see, the chart is just kind of down for CRV, right? Now, it's not the only token in the system that has some bad debt as well. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope this is interesting and useful, and thank you for listening, and goodbye.